What's happening, my people? Frankly, Uber here. Damn, it's been a long time. Anyway, guys. Okay, so as you saw from the title, um, Frankly Uber is going away. The name, that is, the name Frankly Uber is no longer going to be used anymore. So I'm actually rebranding myself to Your Driver Frank. No need to do anything. You can stay subscribed. I will just change the name of the actual channel itself. Um, as for me, well, it's going to be a long video, guys, so just bear with me. So I have basically, how can I put this? This is my last day of Uber. You wouldn't believe it. Yeah, it's my last day of Uber. So after 15 grueling months, going full time, part time, on and off, I've decided to leave Uber. It's Things have changed, as you all know, in terms of how you earn and how Uber treat you, and I just had enough of it. Really, I just thought to myself, you know what? It's not about giving up. It's just about leaving the company with some self-respect. You know, leaving the company while I still got my head held high, where I haven't been deactivated or have got into any situations with Uber, verbally, that is. You know, and it's and the way, and also the way what you earn in Uber is no longer the case anymore. Now, as you guys all know, last March Uber had put borders in place with regards to, you know, you can't. So if I drive in Reading, if I pick up if I drop a customer off in London, I can continue working in London because I'm a TFL. I was a TFL registered driver. That all changed, and Uber closed it off last March. And then a month later, I think it was in April or May, Uber communicated to us Reading drivers and said, look, if you guys want to drive back in Reading, then you need to apply for a new license in the South Coast. So, i.e., that would be Fareham Borough Council, Portsmouth, or Southampton. So a few of us did that. So in total now there's about 12 drivers in Reading, Uber drivers, including myself. But yeah, business has slowed down a great deal in Reading, purely because there's not enough drivers. So I think riders have given up on the idea of actually ordering an Uber, because if you're going to wait 20 minutes or half an hour for an Uber, it defeats the whole object of being on demand. And obviously, because of there's no surge neither. And if there's no surge, drivers are not going to earn money. You know, you know, my earnings, how it was last year compared to this year, have been significantly different in a sense where this time last year I could work 4 hours and make £100, and quite easily so as well. You can even make £100 in 2 hours. You know, that's how good it was back in the day, and we're talking just a year ago, literally. Now, you know, you're lucky to make that £100 in 8 hours. It's so bad. It's really bad. And I mean, and not even that. I mean, Uber have really gone to town with drivers now. They're pushing the boat so hard now, and because they know that drivers don't have any choice. You know, if drivers go to base, work in a base, they'll be treated as a number. There'll be favoritism in place. You know, they won't earn as much neither. So they can more or less bully drivers as much as they want. So a small comment from or a small complaint from a customer will lead to a driver deactivation. Uber won't even bother contacting you or letting you know what the problem is, what you've done, or whatever. They'll just deactivate you, just like that. Drop of a hat, you know. And obviously, for people who rely on Uber, who drive for Uber as their full-time job, then that's a problem. You know, if you're not going to earn, you know, some Uber drivers, you know, I see on the Facebook forums, and some Uber drivers, they literally, you know, live day by day. They work one day, cash out straight away. You know, work another day, cash out straight away. You know, they live week to week from what they earn in Uber. You know, they can earn £1,000 a week, they can earn £800 a week, but they live week to week. And I know this because I was in the same boat when I worked full time for Uber. I'd work week to week, you know, and Oh great, yeah, you've earned £1,000 in that week, brilliant. But then obviously once you factor in tax, as you know, I rent the car off Auto Car, taking into consideration fuel and other expenses, car washes and so forth. You're left with from that grand, you're left with £500, 500 to £600, probably less than that. But it just didn't stack up really. So anyway, it was I left my full time job, uh, and then joined another company, and then left that company, and then joined Smartsy. Because all you guys know, I heavily promoted Smartsy back in the day, and I worked as their partnership development manager. So I took on the executive and luxury drivers on boards, took them through training, signed them up to various programs that we had going on, and then yeah, but it didn't work out. I worked for them for about a month and a half. It didn't quite work out. I won't delve into the technicalities of the reason why it didn't work out. I'll just say it just didn't work out. So anyway, so I was left with driving for Uber again, but I got snapped up pretty quickly. I found another job working for an airport transfer company, which initially that's how they're going to start up as. It's a startup again. So initially they only do airport transfers. They do the odd city to city here and there, but it's mainly airport transfers. And I'll show you and give you more detail about that later on. But so far so good. I'm on holiday from them at the moment, so I need to return this car back to Auto Car. So hence the reason why I'm just working for one more day with Uber and then return the car. So I'll be returning the car tomorrow. Now tomorrow is the 30th of October, and it will be the strike, the big strike, Uber driver strike. That's right. So Uber drivers have decided to get together, and they've done it. They've done it a couple of weeks ago, and at the beginning of the month, and they're going to do it again at the end of the month. And good. It's good that they're doing this. I'm all for it. I'm definitely all for it because drivers do need to make a stand for themselves now. It is ridiculous now. There's too many drivers out on the roads. Uber take the mick when regards to deactivating drivers. They just literally just cut them off without any warning. The rates are so low. The riders' behaviours are so bad. We're literally being treated as slaves. It's without a doubt it's slavery already. If you're going to be treated in that way, you're not anymore a professional independent contractor. You're a slave. If you're going to be earning £1.25 per mile on UberX, you're a slave because Uber are going to take 25% off that, and you're left with on a minimum fare, you're left with £3.75. And you could have driven God knows how far to get to collect that customer and taken X amount of time, and you're left with £3.75. And then obviously the riders are coming to the car. My goodness, they I think I don't know if it's. I said this before. They feel privileged. They're the entitled ones, as the Americans put it. They come in, they behave like, oh, aux cable, water, mints, whatever. Oi, driver, okay, you've got a charger. They don't even, of course, say your name. They don't even say hello to you anymore. They just open the damn door and just come into the car. It's like, some of them will be polite. Very, very, a very small percentage will be polite. The 2% will be polite. They'll knock on your window. They'll introduce themselves. Cool, get in the car, no problem. But then there'll be the others who just literally just yank your car door. My door's always locked, so they'll just yank it, and they'll keep on yanking it like as if yeah, who are you? But yeah, and yeah, this is the reason why I decided to leave Uber. I mean, aside from money, the financial side part aside, it's also to do with the way you're being treated, not just by Uber as the company, but also the way riders are treating drivers now. It's so bad, and they know that they can get away with murder. So, if they don't like you, or they just want a free ride, they'll report you to Uber. Say you've done X, Y, Z. Uber won't even look into the matter, and they'll just deactivate you. And I don't want to be put in that position where one day I don't have a job because of one rider who decides to be cheap and wants to get a free ride home or whatever. Uh, will make a complaint about me, whatever it may be. You know, I'm proud to say that I've maintained my 4.93 rating. I was 4.98 months back. Before March, I think I was 4.98, and that slowly went downhill. Again, through no fault of my own, they just decide that, yeah, I'm going to give this driver a shit rating. And that's that. So, yeah. But, I mean, aside from the actual, the strike, there are also other companies that are coming on board that are going to take on Uber, which is great. I feel, again, competition is good in some ways. Now, we've got Ola, who is an Indian company, Indian rideshare company, who's massive in Australia, and they've come to the UK and they've started in Wales, and they're going to move up north sometime the end of the year to the beginning of the year. But Rideshare UK, Abdul, give a big shout out to him. I'm part of his WhatsApp group, and he can give all the information on that. But good proposition, 15% for drivers, and the customers have a choice to either take a private hire car or a black cab. So, and it'll be all on one platform. It's so now private hire and black cabs will be united onto one platform, which is good and bad, but we'll see how it all pans out, how it all works out. And another company in London, it's literally a start. This company is a startup, and it's new in the game. Some big investors, and the guys behind it are quite experienced from what I know. Now, it's called My Whip. I know. No, it's not a what do you call it? The ice creams you get from McDonald's, which you call McFlurries. No, it's not a dessert. It's a company, My Whip. My Whip. For those who I don't want to sound patronising, you guys, but for those who don't know what My Whip means, it just means that my car. Whip is a street word for a car, basically, or a nice car. So again, same model as Uber and Ola. The rates will be exactly the same as Uber, except they take a smaller percentage of drivers off the drivers, commission. So I think it's 15% or 10% for founding drivers and 15% for the other drivers. They've also got various platforms, so UberX, XL, Executive, Lux. They have their own versions on their platform as well. Heavily promoted on Facebook. Uber drivers who have obviously used to drive for Uber have come on board as staff members and onboarders and compliance officers and so forth. They've obviously managed to get themselves a job in that company, My Whip, and recruit drivers in, and obviously help promote the brand on Facebook. Which I'm still banned from the Uber London official drivers group. I don't understand what the reasons why, but fair enough. There's no thing. I said it in the beginning. I'm like, Mom, you either love me or hate me, and obviously they hate me, so no big deal. It's I just don't understand why, to be fair. But anyway, with regards to My Whip, the name I'm not too keen on. To me, it sounds like it's attracting the same old customer, same old Uber customer all over again, but probably even worse off because of the fact being that My Whip, sounds too street, sounds too roadman style. Don't get me wrong, I could be ghetto at the best of times, but I'm not quite sure what kind of clientele it's going to attract, but hopefully it'll work out as well. But again, I mentioned earlier that there is a negative to this, because obviously you got to think about the economics of the whole situation, the whole private hire rideshare game, is that obviously you can have one company dominating. Okay, at the moment it's Uber, and then you can have other companies come in. So, for example, in the States, they've got various rideshare companies, and what tends to happen is, with the amount of rideshare companies that are coming on board, they compete with each other, so they subsidize the rides for the passengers. And if they're not subsidizing rides, they're lowering fares. So if Uber can get any lower, I'm not sure if Uber can get any lower than what they are already now in fare wise. But yeah, that's gonna be an issue, because I mean, with the likes of MyWhip and Ola, they need to have some serious budget behind themselves to obviously compete with Uber, not just in terms of the marketing side of things, but also in terms of the rides and how they're going to subsidize rides for take on board new passengers. That's going to be, and that's the whole thing with the private hire game. Actually, companies actually lose money initially in the beginning in order to gain money, to monopolize, to get that market, to get that build up that customer base. And this is the reason why so many rideshare companies, app companies in the UK have failed, is purely on that reason, is that there's not enough budget to take on Uber and the way it markets and the way it subsidizes its fares and rides. So that's the other thing as to why having too many app-based mini cabs, should we say, is not always a good thing as well. So there needs to be a balance, but at the same time there needs to be choice for drivers as well. But for drivers to work on multiple platforms is a good thing as well, because that can maximize their earnings. So, but it will cause a disruption in the market with regards to fares and obviously competition. Okay, so yeah, that's more or less it, really, guys. To be fair, I mean, I haven't really got much to say. I mean, I've given you the lowdown of where I've been. Driver Joe, big shout out to you. AJ Cars, big shout out to you too. The former Uberman UK, give me 1 minute, mate. I know that I need to give a shout out to you. I just need to find your... Okay, so Uberman UK has got a what looks like a vlog or something like that on YouTube, and it's called, let's have a look here, Divorced Dad UK. Now, his channel is mainly to do, he used to be Uberman UK, but now he's obviously left Uber. He's had some hard times happen in his life, and he's turned it into a vlog, obviously, and he wants to help out and share his experiences of being a divorcee, and obviously having the struggle of regards to seeing his children. So therefore, I urge you guys, to support him, because he's also used to be one of us, and he gave up his full-time job when he had his little girls, and he did Uber for the flexibility in order so he can pick up and look after his little girls. But since he's been divorced, he's been restricted from seeing his little girls, from what I understand. And I feel your pain, being a father as well. I with a daughter outside of my marriage, in a previous relationship, I can relate to that. And it's a difficult situation to be in. So I wish you the best of luck, Steve. So again, yep, Driver Joe, good to see you're doing business for yourself now. Brilliant stuff. I'm really chuffed about it. AJ, I'm not sure what you're doing right now. I think you're still doing Amazon Flex, but and you've stopped doing Uber now, and you're on this health thing at the moment. So yeah, well done. Good to hear from you guys. Rideshare UK, or Abdul, or formerly known as Uber Birmingham. I hope you're well, mate. Yeah, we chat every so often on WhatsApp anyway, because I'm a part of his group. But yeah, to all the Uber drivers out there who obviously are in the same struggle, please join all the brothers and sisters out there who are fighting the good fight, and obviously keep on fighting for what you want and what you need and what you need to survive. It's not greed. It's just standing up for yourself and not allowing yourself to be bullied by a corporate organization who thinks they can do whatever they want. And for those who are thinking of driving for Uber, I mean, I've made videos in the past about how to make a grand and driving for Uber in 2018 and so forth. So just look back at those videos, really. I mean, aside from, you got to do your research, guys. You can't just jump into the deep end and expect yourself to swim easily, because it's a battle out there at the moment. But anyway, guys, I'm sat here on Uber XL at the moment, just waiting for a job to come through. Nothing's coming through. I mean, it's all about Uber X. You know, customers, despite the shortage of Uber in Reading, you know, they will happily wait for an Uber X to become available. They won't order Uber Exec or Uber Executive. And there are a few Uber Execs here. We got three Uber Execs here, and 2 XLs, and the rest are Uber X's, and we all don't work at the same time. So Uber in Reading is very much disappearing. Hopefully it'll pick up for the guys who are working Uber here in Reading, and I know most of them. They're my good friends, and you know, we have a base here in Reading where we congregate and have our coffees and fags and have a chat about Uber life and Uber passengers, as you do. But yeah, guys, it's been a roller coaster, I must say. You know, there are certain aspects and elements of Uber that I will miss. You know, and I will be doing Uber as and when, you know, if I get time off from my other job and so forth, and I might do Uber just to earn a little bit extra money or so forth. But yeah, if you do want to join Uber and you're looking for a car, then my code for Drover is up again. So by all means, use that. You know, you'll get £50 off your first rental. I'll get £50, although I won't be using it, but I'll get £50 off my first off my rental as well if I decide to rent with Drover again. If I come back to Uber. But yeah, they don't give it as cash. It's literally £50 off the rental of your vehicle. And it's a good proposition if you want to give it a try. If you want to give Uber a try, then by all means, I would recommend starting off renting a car first. You can use your personal car if it qualifies for Uber, but you know, to put that much miles on your car, you know, and you will be doing some mileage, because I've done like 62,000 miles in this car, on the car I'm driving now, the 7-seater, which I'm renting off Autocar, and it's only been a year for 62,000 miles. So a lot of miles. So if you want to be putting that kind of miles in your personal vehicle, you know, you can more or less put that to scrap after a year working with Uber, because you do a lot of mileage, and a lot of dead mileage, in fact, which is another problem as well. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for all staying loyal. You know, it's surprising that I've been getting subscribers despite not having obviously not posting videos on a regular basis, but I really do appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. Do give my videos a thumbs up. Look out for the channel change in the coming weeks. I'll be talking to you about my new job. We'll talk about the outcome of this Uber strike. Hopefully it'll be a good one and Uber will listen and take action. But yeah, good luck, guys. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much for your loyalty and your subscriptions, your likes, your comments, and all that stuff. If you got any questions, do drop me an email. If I haven't responded to you previously in the past, I do apologize. It's just been so hectic. You know, as you've noticed, I've been going through a lot, not just professionally, job wise, but also, you know, personally as well. There's been some things that cropped up as well, which I'm still having to deal with. But anyway, that's a personal thing. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Sorry it's been a long one. It's Frankly Uber here for the last time, signing off, and I'll see you again as your driver Frank in the coming weeks. Take care, God bless, drive safe, guys. Peace.